Welcome back. If you're watching this, you've probably realized that the dream of owning a Porsche has become a bit of a moving target. It is 2026, and a brand new base 911 Carrera will now set you back at least $137,850 before you even look at the options list. For most of us, that's not daily driver money, that's mortgage the house money. But here is the good news. The secondary market is currently sitting in a sweet spot. There are 5 specific platforms that offer that legendary Stuttgart engineering, enough reliability to get you to work every Monday, and enough soul to make you take the long way home on Friday, all for under $70,000. We aren't talking about project cars or total high-mileage gambles. We are talking about cars with the MA1 engine architecture, the generation where Porsche finally killed the nightmare of the IMS bearing and moved into the modern era of reliability. We're going to look at the 997.2, the 981, the 991.1, and the 718. These are the flat 6s and flat 4s that define what Porsche does best. Coming in at number 5 is the 997.2 911. I put the icon at number 5 for one reason. It is the most old-school car on this list. For many purists, the 997.2 represents the final iteration of the classic small 911 before the car grew into a larger Grand Tourer. The headline feature here is the hydraulic power steering. Modern Porsches use electric racks, which are fantastic, but they can't quite replicate the tactile conversation the 997.2 steering wheel has with your palms. You feel every pebble and every change in road surface. Mechanically, this was a massive leap forward. Porsche introduced the 9A1 engine, which eliminated the intermediate shaft and used a closed-deck alusil block for better structural rigidity. The base 3.6-liter makes 345 horsepower, while the S variant hits 385. In 2026, you can find base models with 85,000 miles for around $44,500, while cleaner S models are listing between $55,000 and $65,000. Now, the daily driver reality. The interior tech is ancient. The PCM 3.0 system has navigation that thinks it's still 2010. However, the aftermarket has solved this. You can now get piggyback circuit boards for about $700 that add wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto while keeping the factory look. Mechanically, the boogeyman for the 997.2 is cylinder bore scoring. While it's less common than in older models, it's still a risk for cars in cold climates. My advice? Get a pre-purchase inspection that includes an oil analysis. Look for elevated iron or silicon levels. That's your early warning system. If you're running a PDK, fluid changes every 40,000 to 60,000 miles are non-negotiable to protect those internal sensors. At number 4, we have the 981 Boxster. If you want a car that makes every commute feel like a vacation, this is it. The 981 is widely considered the most beautiful Boxster ever made, and it was the last one to come standard with a naturally aspirated flat 6 across the entire range. The 981 was a huge upgrade over the 987, with a chassis that is 40% stiffer thanks to extensive aluminum construction. For a daily driver, that means fewer rattles and a more vault-like feel on the highway. The convertible top is also a work of art. It opens or closes in about 9 seconds, and you can operate it at speeds up to 31 miles per hour, so when that afternoon rain hits, you don't even have to pull over. The base 2.7-liter engine produces 265 horsepower, and while it's not a drag strip monster, the sound it makes at 7,000 RPM is addictive. If you want more punch, the S model gives you 315 horses and a 0 to 60 time in the low 4-second range. In the 2026 market, base 981s are moving for around $42,000, while the highly coveted GTS models, which come standard with PASM and sport exhaust, can still be found for under $70,000 if you shop carefully. Daily utility is surprisingly good. Because it's mid-engined, you get two trunks. The front and the rear trunk combined give you about 9.9 cubic feet of space. That is plenty for groceries or a weekend bag for two. Reliability is tank-like on these, with many owners reporting 100,000 miles with just basic service. Watch for cooling system O-rings or noisy window regulators, but otherwise, these are remarkably solid.
Number 3 is the 991.1 Carrera. This is the smart money 911 right now. Why? Because it's the last naturally aspirated standard Carrera. Everything after 2016 went to turbochargers. The 991.1 feels more modern than the 997. It has a longer wheelbase and a wider track, which makes it feel incredibly planted at high speeds. The interior took a massive step up here. You get the rising center console and a much higher quality of leather and switchgear. For a daily driver, the 991.1 is the best Grand Touring on this list. It is quieter and more refined than the mid-engine cars. The back seats are still mostly for show, but they fold flat to give you a massive shelf for cargo that actually makes the 911 very practical for daily errands. Performance is stout, 350 horsepower for the base and 400 horsepower for the S. 0 to 60 happens in under 4 seconds for a PDK-equipped S model. Prices in 2026 range from about $46,000 for high-mileage base cars up to the $70,000 ceiling for a clean Carrera S. The big maintenance concern here is the PDK. While it's generally robust, the internal distance sensors can fail. Porsche will tell you that you need a new $20,000 transmission, but in 2026, there is a thriving network of independent shops that can repair these sensors for around $4,500. Also, keep an eye on the door cards. The top edges can warp in high heat, though specialists have developed fixes for this.
At number 2, we have the 981 Cayman. I will argue with anyone that this is the best handling car Porsche has ever made for under 6 figures. By adding a fixed roof to the 981 chassis, Porsche increased the structural rigidity by another 40% over the Boxster. The result is a car that feels telepathic. The 981 Cayman uses the same flat-6 engines as the Boxster, but tuned for a few extra horses. 275 for the base and 325 for the S. The cargo situation is actually better than the 911 for many tasks because of the rear hatch. You get a total of 14.7 cubic feet of space across both trunks, which is comparable to a mid-size sedan's trunk. You can actually fit a surprisingly large amount of groceries or gear in here. In the 2026 market, the 981 Cayman is a scarcity car. People are holding on to them because they love the sound and the naturally aspirated response. You're looking at around $33,000 to $50,000 for a base and up to $65,000 for a clean S. If you're daily driving this, I highly recommend finding one with PASM, Porsche Active Suspension Management. It allows you to soften the dampers for the morning commute and firm them up for the weekend. Without it, the ride can be a bit crashy over potholes, especially if you have the 20-inch wheels. The 981 Cayman is the Goldilocks Porsche. It has the sound, the looks, and the reliability to be driven every single day.
And the number 1 spot for the best daily driver Porsche under $70,000 in 2026 goes to the 718 Cayman. I know, the flat 4 turbo sound isn't the same as the flat 6 siren song, but if we are talking about a car you actually have to live with every day, the 718 is the objective winner. Here is why. Torque. The 2.0-liter turbo in the base 718 produces 280 pound-foot of torque starting at just 1,950 RPM. In the older, naturally aspirated cars, you have to rev them to 5,000 RPM just to get them moving. For zipping through city traffic or merging onto the highway, the 718 feels significantly faster and more effortless. Because it is the newest car on this list, you also get the best technology. PCM 4.0 comes standard with Apple CarPlay and a much better touchscreen. You also get a much higher chance of finding a car with a remaining warranty or a certified pre-owned status, which gives you 2 years of unlimited mile bumper-to-bumper protection. In 2026, early base models are starting as low as $40,000, while the mid-range S and T trims land right around $55,000 to $65,000. Reliability is class-leading, with a 4.7 out of 5 rating from owners. The only real common failure is the water pump, which usually happens around 60,000 miles and costs about $1,500 to $2,000 to fix.
So you've picked your car. How do you keep it on the road without going broke? First, the Porsche tax is real, but it's manageable. Average annual maintenance at an independent shop, not the dealer, will run you between $1,200 and $2,500 depending on the model. Insurance in 2026 is averaging about $3,325 per year for a full coverage policy on a Porsche sports car. The Cayman is generally the cheapest to insure, while the 911 Carrera is significantly higher. If you live in the snow belt, don't think you have to park the car for 6 months. A set of winter tires on a Porsche is a revelation. Because of the engine weight over the driven wheels, whether it's mid-engine or rear engine, these cars have incredible traction. Just remember that your ground clearance is only about 4.4 to 4.8 inches, so the car will turn into a snowplow if the drifts get too deep. Finally, the golden rule of Porsche ownership. Buy the best car you can afford, not the cheapest one you find. A bargain 911 with no service history will cost you twice as much in the long run. Get the PPI, check the PDK service history, and look for those bore scoring signs. In a world where new cars are becoming digital appliances, these 5 Porsches remain mechanical masterpieces. They are fast enough to be fun, reliable enough to be practical, and crucially, in 2026, they are actually attainable. Thanks for watching. If you're a 981 or 991 owner, let me know in the comments how your daily driving experience has been. And if you're still on the fence between the Flat 4 and the Flat 6, well, there's no wrong answer, only the one that makes you look back at it in the parking lot. We'll see you in the next one.